Hello, dandelions! You probably heard many times that our world couldn't exist without balance, and there are two sides to the same coin. The light always casts a shadow, and the darkness can be described as an absence of light. This episode is about a power balance in Slavic mythology, twin brothers Chernobog and Belobog, darkness and light. Chernobog wasn't worshipped but feared. Generous gifts and sacrifices from people were an attempt to appease the formidable deity and avoid his misfortunes. He is the lord of the Slavic underworld knife and the embodiment of all dark forces. In this episode, we find out what lies behind Chernobog's terrifying facade. Adjective черный means black in many Slavic languages. Chernobog is the darkness himself and is known as the source of all hardships. He has always been a dark, unsettling being that inspires fear. The Lord of Knife has been there since the creation of the world. With his twin brother Belobog, who is in contrast god of bright light and creation, he was in a good relationship at the beginning. However, after Rod, god of fate and the creator of the world, determined that Chernobog should be sent to Knife to destroy everything that people create, things changed. From that point forward, Chernobog, the Lord of Knife, gave the Slavs a chance to progress further via failure, and Belobog assisted them in creating new things. There is a legend in Slavic folklore that the twins work together to make our world. Chernobog would deliver the land from the bottom of the world ocean to Belobog, who created the rest of the earth from the handful. Then, like Ralph from Wreck-It Ralph, the Black God wrecked the creation by adding asymmetry. And because of this power dynamic, Chernobog has not tolerated it and is even afraid of sunlight and warmth. Chernobog is a being of chaos and has many shapes and forms. He is often depicted as a man in his senior years, with a face full of rage, wearing armor. The Lord of Knife's favorite accessory is a skull, which he carries around. Chernobog holds a spear in his hand, not for protection, but to destroy what has no place in Yaf, like a wolf controlling the animal population in the forest. Maybe that is why Chernobog's favorite disguises are a black wolf, a black raven, and a giant snake. Sometimes he shapeshifts into a creepy anthropomorphic creature. According to Piotr Albin, who wrote Myson Chronicle somewhere about 1590s, Slavs honored Chernobog as the dark deity so much they imagined that he is in charge of everything evil, and therefore they ask him to spare them. They appease him, so that not in this life nor in the afterlife he would harm them. His altar stood out for its abundance of dried blood, and it was only over time that the offerings were replaced by wooden dolls buried in the ground. There was one time, when Chernobog got a little carried away, collected the army, and tried to conquer Slavic heaven Prav. And to learn about the structure of the world, click on the episode in suggestions. You know, these things happen from time to time. Usually Chernobog doesn't leave his territory. Other, more minor dark spirits are his eyes and ears in the human realm. However, the Lord of Knife always has company at his place. Vi is the judge in his kingdom, and Marina, goddesses of death and winter, in some sources is Chernobog's wife. Maybe, I'm not sure. This lady has a rich dating history, and that's another topic of discussion. Kощей the Immortal also lives in Knife and helps Chernobog. Folklore describes the personality of Chernobog as a reserved, highly intuitive, critical thinker who dislikes getting attached to the old. The Lord of Knife is direct, sharp, stubborn, and poorly able to control his emotions. Chernobog will patronize people with these qualities if they dare to ask. Ironically, the Slavs would seek protection from Chernobog, because who can protect better from evil than the one in charge of it? The historian and priest Helmut von Bussa, sorry for the pronunciation, I did my best here, in his Slavic chronicle described one Slavic tradition. When the Slavs honored the evil god Chernobog at the feast, everyone pronounced a curse instead of blessings. Don't get me wrong, Belobog would get the blessings since he brings wholesomeness to people, and Chernobog would get curses since he brings unhappiness. What can I tell? Slavic traditions have a bit of a custom approach. So, coming back to the initial question, were American gods right about the ancient god of evil from Slavic mythology? The answer is as dual as twins Belobog and Chernobog. Sometimes you wake up and choose destruction and cut. It is hard to let go when you know something in life must inevitably leave. It might be a relationship, a plan, or a dream that is not destined to come true. The Black God reminds us of the need to look bravely into the future, even when it's unknown, and to nurture the ability to let go of the past. Moving forward is impossible without breaking something, emptying space for further progress. Nature abhors a vacuum. If there is no vacuum, there is nothing to abhor, right? I will leave the last thought up to you. There are a few days in the Slavic calendar dedicated to Chernobog. April 14th called Voronets, a day devoted to the prophetic crow. Also, December 20th to 21st, the night before the feast of Kolyada, the longest night of the year, sometimes called the Night of the Black God. Chernobog frequently appears in Slavic and Western media. He has been spotted in the Disney cartoon Fantasia, Marvel Comics, TV series American Gods, and the online video game Smite. Dark, hot, ugly, disgusting. Chernobog isn't a black and white persona, although his name literally translates as a black god. And as a wolf sometimes called the sanitary doctor of the forest, Chernobog can be viewed as the sanitarian of Slavic mythology, a vital part of the balance of interconnected forces, whether you like it or not. And we made it to the final notes of the episode. Do you remember the rumors about a merch shop on the channel? It's slowly coming. I'm making an exclusive sale of holiday cards this month. It is a perfect addition to your present for loved ones, a final touch. So, if you want to make holidays extra special with a unique Slavic card, which Dandelion veterans remember from my Kolyadki video thumbnail, fill out the form. The sign-up sheet link is in the video description or community tab if you want to get it. I order a bunch and once it's gone, it's gone. Stay warm, Dandelions.